Good evening, everyone. Welcome to 20 Sides to Every Story. We're an online uh, community that specializes in TTRPGs. We dabble in a little bit of everything. For those of you who may be new or finding the stream when we're not live, we encourage you to pop into our Discord channel. It's pretty lively most times a day with people from pretty much around the world who are interested in TTRPGs, console gaming, art, pretty much anything you can imagine adjacent to TTRPGs. My name is Corey. I'm the DM for the Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen. This is our third session, and we will quickly get into this right after give you a little bit of a recap. So our first session was largely focused on introducing our party to some of the unique aspects of Kryn, the world in which Dragonlance takes place, and the our most recent episode, which took place last week, had the party meeting for the first time. And the reason they are all in the small town of Vogler, which is on the periphery of the plains of Solemnia, is that they are visiting one last time their old friend who has passed away, Ispen Greenshield. And so the funeral for Ispen is held on the eve of something called the Kingfisher Festival, which is something that will occupy most of their time today. And so Vogler, well, some of them I think at least have passed through Vogler. Vogler is very much a new place for many of them. They have met the mayor. They have met two of Ispen's companions, who are Cudgel and Becklin. And they got to share some of the stories they knew of their friend during the celebration of his life after he was sent off downriver onto adventures far beyond this world. So during the funeral, it wasn't too eventful, but they did come across somewhat arrogant youth, Baracus, who I don't know, maybe was a little too big for his britches, or maybe a little too young, or just a little bit too arrogant. And so our session ended last time with Becklin letting them know that Ispen had left them a gift, and that they were she would collect them in the morning to go hand that over. And so I think that's all I really need to say. But let's introduce our characters. Dawson, do you mind telling us a little bit about your character? Just maybe one or two sentences about background, and then race and class.
Oh, sure. Hi, I'm Daw. I'm playing Kato Livius, human paladin. Basic concept around him: he's a up-and-coming, I wouldn't say up-and-coming, but a new recruit of the Knights of Solemnia, pretty much a squire at this point. Hasn't taken his oaths yet, and training and perfecting his art to help financially support his family.
All right. Let's move over to Isaac.
Hello, I'm Isaac. I am playing Brallin. Brallin is a human ranger. He was really not from the city. He's more from the outskirts. So all this city life or even just town life that he's really going through right now is kind of new and foreign to him. So he seems to he gets confused easily. It seems like, and he's still pretty eager to step forward and try to get things done, even though he should probably. He's learning, but he's trying to learn maybe to take a few steps back and maybe search for the broader picture and before he kind of maybe does things a little too hastily.
Okay. Lauren?
You're
You are muted.
I think I muted and unmuted myself twice. Hi. I am Lauren. I am playing Miranda. She is a human sorcerer. She comes from a land that has been touched by the war a little bit already. And so, even though she's a bit older and kind of did some low level sorcery back home, she now was feeling compelled to seek out more knowledge and try to be more useful to fighting against the evil that is upon us. So she's traveled here for this funeral, but then intends to try to eventually become part of the sorcerer's trading programs that they have.
David?
Hello, I am David. I am playing Cass, an androgynous human rogue posing as a field scholar. This is their first time out of the Lord City of Palanthus, so Cass is feeling a little bit like a fish out of water.
Okay. And last but certainly not least, Alex.
I'm playing tonight Quinton Catalani. He is a human wizard. Grew up in Abyssinia and grew up in the same place that Miranda is from. Has set out into the world. He's sort of self-taught a bit in the ways of wizardry, and has aspirations to take the tests of high sorcery, and maybe be able to do some good for his country and such. So he's a bit arrogant himself, or has maybe a little bit of an inflated idea of his talents, but he has a lot to learn and does respect Miranda and is trying to keep her close as a mentor.
Okay. So as I think was mentioned, at least by one of the characters, so war has descended on Kryn, and while it hasn't necessarily touched each of these characters, it has sort of woven its way into their lives. But where they stand now, Vogler is actually it's not. War hasn't come to Vogler for quite a while. In fact, the Kingfisher Festival, which we'll learn more about in a minute, is a celebration of the Knights of Solemnia keeping back the forces of the king priest of Ishtar before the cataclysm. So it's been quite a while since this peaceful village has had anything particularly bad happen to it. And so I think we open with the morning after the funeral. And so the Kingfisher Festival starts midday. And so there's really a fair bit of time to take Becklin up on her offer to visit, and she mentioned that Thornwall Keep is where she'll meet you all. And let me just make sure you can see that on the map. Sorry, my computer's being a little slow. Yep. So that's up in the the northwest part of the city. Right now, you guys are all in your rooms upstairs. Is there anything specific you, other than that, the characters would like to accomplish this morning? No. Well, then, as you slowly wander downstairs, you come across standing standing in the like common area is a young man who, when the first of you descends, he comes up immediately, extends his hand, and he says, I'm glad I caught you. You're Becklin's friends. And he's no more than 20 years old. He does have a sword at his hip, and in his arm is a cloth sack. It's like, I'm Darrett, Becklin's student. I hope you haven't had breakfast already. And as he sort of starts fumbling around with his bag eagerly, and starts handing you these nice pastries with the bread with some sort of dried meat baked into them. And he's sort of handing them out as you come down.
Well, thanks. That's rather kind of you.
Yeah, we're really happy to have you. It's great that you guys could make it. Becklin asked me if I would come down here and lead you up to the keep so that you know where to go. And I know it's a new city for all of you, but so I'm here to be helpful. So you just tell me what you need.
Honestly, that sounds like a wonderful idea. You said you're Becklin's students. Are you also training to be a knight?
I am. Yes. I mean, he looks around suddenly around himself, and he, well, I mean, can we just call me a student? The people around here, they're not so fond of the knights, so they don't really understand that I want to be one.
Why don't they enjoy the knights?
Well, it's just history. I mean, it's just the knights. They're not like they once were. No one wants to be a knight anymore. They think it's stupid that I do.
Well, I'm pretty sure you're not the only one who wants to be a knight. There's nothing wrong about that, as he says, as he's in knightly regalia.
Right. And I didn't mean to. I hope I didn't offend you. I suspect you know what I mean, though. It's. I mean, like, you know, it's not like the days of Huma and the Dragon Riders, and it's just people make fun of me.
We may not be in the days of the past, but we are who we are now, and that's what we have to deal with. And if people don't like it, so be it. But don't let it really change who you want to be now.
He nods to himself and allows himself a smile at what you said. And sort of straightens his clothes and tries to make himself look a little more presentable.
Unless, your talents are in something else. Like, did you make this? Did you cook this? Did you bake this?
No, I bought they're setting up outside. Have any of you been outside yet? They're setting up outside for the Kingfisher festival, and I knew one of the shopkeepers and who had a stall, and I got them. I told her the VIPs needed breakfast, so I didn't cook them.
Okay, because if you did, I'd say maybe give up on the night thing and, culinary arts.
They are really good, yes. Do you guys need anything? Do you need? I don't like. I'll bring you to the keep whenever you want. I'm supposed to be like your tour guide, your helper. Becklin just wanted to make sure that everything went smoothly with you.
I'm anxious to find out what the present is, the gift.
Okay. I think there's he said, oh, well, we can go. It'll probably be like, I don't know, maybe 20-minute walk. We can start off, and like you said, the Kingfisher, they're setting up outside, so you'll see all the activities. And I think he very awkwardly, he's not in this idea of like a tour guide / escort. I think he probably tries to grab one of your bags to carry it for you. So it's a little bit like awkward, but in a not weird, he's not stealing anything. He's just like, he's trying to be, he was told to be useful, so he is being useful, however he can.
After I think maybe if you're still around, maybe you could show us around the festival and point out certain things.
I have nothing else to do except to help you guys out.
That's great. I got a lot of questions, believe me.
Is everyone, we can start walking? Hi, let's go.
All right.
So yeah, I don't know how the festival itself, so there was a famous knight here, Decatur Vogler. That's who the village is named after. I don't know if you knew that, but so Lord Decatur Vogler, he was a knight, and he fought against the forces of the Empire of Istar. It was 100 years ago, really, really long time ago, before the Cataclysm. And because of that, this village is here. As you walk through the town, you do see outside people setting up stalls, hanging decoration, and so where you're basically moving from the water up, sort of ascending in elevation. And there's a little bit of a morning mist in the air, and you can see the keep sort of rising out of the mist, a little ghostly. Becklin, Dara is just rambling. It's like, well, first you definitely want us to try the music, and then there's games. And when you get hungry, there's food everywhere. I mean, it's really, really like that. I could give you like 8 or 9 recommendations about where to go. And he just keeps rambling. As you walk, you do see, as you walk, you do see more of the mercenaries that you saw in the tavern yesterday. And as they walk by, Dara is like, that's Cudgel Ironsmith. Cudgel Ironsmile. That's his. He was good friends with Ispen, and so he leads a mercenary band. They're called the Ironclad Regiment, and they are here to train our militia. We don't really have. I mean, we have a militia, but it's more like we have 8 shopkeepers who have weapons, and they're not very good. But I mean, everyone has to start somewhere, right? And so, so it's really great that Cudgel's here to help us train. And it's just. I mean, we're so blessed.
But Cudgel's not at night.
Cudgel is 1 second. Sorry. She is not a knight. I've been calling Cudgel he, so I'm going to keep with that. Sorry. So Cudgel is not a knight. No, he is not. Are you guys tired? Do you need? We can take a rest. If you need more food, there's food over here. We go up to the keep. You just tell me what you want.
Well, I just wanted to talk a bit more. Our shopkeeper yesterday told us you had plenty of militia and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that the shopkeepers are the militia.
I mean, anyone can be in the militia. It's just whoever has a weapon and is willing to train. It's there's a bell in the middle of town and you ring it, and then anyone who's able.
The bell. Yeah.
Familiar with the bell, yeah.
Anyone, you just run towards it. If you hear the bell.
How are you at fighting?
I'm okay. I'm learning. Becklin's really good at a really good teacher, so I'm hoping that when I join the Knights, I'll have learned most everything I already need to learn.
He's gonna look at Cass and just be
it's
Well, if you'll recall, Brallin, we already passed along the intel to this young squire / student's teacher, so
right.
I don't think we need to revisit that topic this morning.
Right. How are you at fighting lizard people?
Well, I mean, I haven't fought anything really, but when Becklin and I train, it really feels like I'm fighting.
Oh,
I mean,
bless.
really, it's really realistic. Sometimes she even yells at me. I get so stressed.
Oh, bless.
like,
Oh, Derek, sweetie. Is that you? Derek, yes. I'm gonna kind of come up and link arms. As we're walking, do you tell us a bit about these different paths here? Are all of them guarded by the militia, or are they open? Just how's the setup here?
I mean, nothing. I can't even say this is straight about, but nothing ever bad happens here. So, the militia.
The militia, yes.
So the militia. I mean, so the way it works. I mean, so the militia every Monday. Everyone who wants to be in the militia, they do a test bell ring, and we all run towards the bell, and then maybe we'll do some wrestling or maybe some wooden sword fighting, and then we all go to the pub and we all talk about it for we have dinner and we talk about what we did well that day and then maybe what we could do better the next time, and so that's
That sounds awful. That doesn't sound right.
But so Cudgel, I mean, since Cudgel arrived, he's a little more intensive. We have to run, which I mean, it's not bad. I can run, but some of the shopkeepers, I don't think they've ever run.
Are most of your lessons based around the bell?
I mean, the bell is it's just how would you know if the town was in danger?
You would know, sweetheart. I'm sorry. How many of you meet at the pub in this little militia you got going?
I mean, sometimes it depends on what else is going on that day. So sometimes it's 20, sometimes it's 30. But, if someone's having a birthday, it might be 7.
And then you meet up at the pub. They're already there after.
I mean, yeah, it's. But I just want I'm going to be a knight, which is not I know you know it, and it points to you. But it really requires an advanced level of training. So if you guys have training or anything I can do, like I'm all ears.
Well, if you ever need of a sparring partner, well, I'm in town. I'm happy to
That
help
would
out
be
where I can.
great.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. You two all wrestling.
I'm sure I can learn so much. You're so worldly.
You should talk to Brallin. Maybe he could be a guest speaker for your regiment. He's got some pretty wild stories.
I mean, yeah. There's just, it's just so great that you guys are here.
Tell him the one about your friend losing his head. Isn't that how it went?
I'm gonna heavily elbow Quinton if he's at an elbowing distance of me.
Oh, well, he threw it. The lizard man threw it at us after.
That was your friend?
We Quinton, traveling companion. I would have never called him a friend.
Were you sad?
It's just like he's like reliving everything again, and it's just this consistent thing of like,
I don't know what to do. Am I supposed to tell what?
Sounds like what you're supposed to do is you go to the tavern and you talk about it after.
I did.
Oh yeah, you did do that.
Good.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Your friend is lost his head. It died. It passed. I'm just sorry for your friend and you. Oh look. We're here.
Thank God.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, here. Let's go in. And as you sort of approach the keep, there's ivy clinging to the walls of the keep that have gone from green and now into sort of the bronze colored of late summer. It's an ancient 3-story stone tower, by far the tallest structure in the city. You can see as you approach, but as you get closer, you lose sight of it. As you approach on the roof, it's a crenulated roof. You see an elaborate device resembling a catapult. The crumbling ruins of walls and other fallen structures that sort of surrounded the keep are around you, and amid them lie several shallow square pits and covered excavation sites. Hey, did before we go in, is anyone hungry? Like, I have some more pies or more snacks.
I'll take one.
You guys are okay. Here. And he reaches in the
So good. So good.
Cass will take a second one, but like the first one, just tuck it in their satchel, not eating it presently.
So as he's like, he has his back to the, he turned around to do this and he has his back to the door, and Becklin takes a step back out and just watches as he sort of fumbles trying to hand these out. And she says, Derek, that will be quite enough. Thank you. Yeah, right. And he stands off politely to the side with his hands sort of to his front. And she welcomes you. And she says, please come in. And through the door, you see what appears to be a little bit of a makeshift library in there. She invites you in, invites you to sit down. There's a sort of low table with benches. Pours you some water and other drinks. just to accompany the food you've been noshing on. Sort of Dara is running around handing out glasses and things like that. She, at some point, Becklin steps away through a door for a few, 20, 30 seconds. She comes back carrying a shallow wooden box. It's about 3 feet to a side, and she sets it gently down on the table. She says, Ispen left this all for you, but it comes with a condition. Since he won't be attending the Kingfisher Festival this year, he asks that you participate for him. Specifically, he hoped you would take his place during the reenactment of the Battle of the High Hill. Every year, he looked forward to participating, and every year, he made sure he had the most dramatic death scene during the battle. Every year, more and more ludicrous. So, the gift comes with the condition that you must find a way to have a ludicrous death today. And she sort of like, she's rolling her eyes, but you can tell that this was like, this is still a warm memory, even if she thought it was ridiculous what he was doing. And she opens the box, and in it, you see the green shield. It's a round shield. It's carved with a broadleaf tree, and it's been painted a mossy green. All of you have heard of this shield, not just because of his last name, like it features prominently in anything you knew about him. And you all know that he was given the shield purportedly, or how he liked to tell it, he was given the shield by a unicorn in the far-off forest of darkened woods. No one has any knowledge whether that is true or not.
Quinton is going to pull out his spell book and flip to the page where his detect magic spell is, and he's going to look to Miranda and say, let's get this over with. Like, let's figure this out right now, right here. And he's going to ritually cast detect magic.
And Miranda's looking on and like, okay, let's go.
Okay. So that'll be 10 minutes. So what are the other, I think Becklin sort of is a little perplexed. Not super perplexed, but just she's seen magic before. But while you're doing that, is one of you willing to take his place in the festival this evening?
Can I ask for a clarification? There are 5 of us and 1 shield, so can only one of us compete, or how would one split this?
No. You all can compete. I do feel obligated to only give the shield if one of you promises to compete. Like, all of you can be involved.
But which of us would get the shield?
Oh, that's for you to decide.
Cass immediately goes back to pretending to study the spines of all the books in the room like a good scholar would.
Darrett is like, you guys are all sitting down, and you see Darrett is like in between your shoulders, like looking at the shield, very quietly, very politely, but super intrigued.
So, you know my father? two, then yeah, obviously. They've say anything about me?
I knew of you,
Oh,
and I knew of you through him. He it's a difficult question about what his relationship to you was, or what he thought that relationship should be, is probably a better way to say it. But he was aware. He tried to send money as much as he could back.
okay.
He's just gonna kind of take a seat back and just kind of stare at the shield a bit.
I know it must be difficult for you to not have met him and be here.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I would have liked to meet him, yeah.
Perhaps between Cudgel and I, we can share some of our stories with you about him, and you'll get to know him a little bit better through us.
You'll kind of just stare at the shield a bit and then kind of nod.
Yeah, that would be nice, yeah.
Kind of quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm rather interested. And like, because probably Darrett's like right over his shoulder looking at the shield.
Mm-hmm.
How did you come to meet your fine student here?
Oh, well, Derek, he's from here, and he when I came to the area, and I came, it was really Ispen who came here first, and when I came to visit Ispen came to Vogler first. When I came to visit Ispen and eventually came here more and more frequently, I met him. And Derek chimes out and is like, I just, she's a knight. I mean, she's like my mentor.
Yes, you did say that. He's been he seems really energetic and go for the cause. I like that about him.
He's a promising student. He just needs to keep his head down, and it's not a quick journey to become a knight, and often not one that is particularly welcome in the community, unfortunately, these days.
Well, let's not sit on that. It's more of a somber topic in that regards. What's up with the holes in the some sort of digging that's going on outside? Is that you're doing?
Oh, a little bit, not entirely. Let me just do this. I this once used to be an outpost for the Knights of Solemnia, and I don't. It's not much, but I do like to preserve their history, and so I look for artifacts that they might have left behind, and this library is a little bit of also a small museum. It's very modest, but I believe in making sure this history is not lost.
Are there anything on those shelves that look obviously valuable?
It looks like rusty tools and armor. Really. It's not, there's nothing particularly like that. Everything is in disrepair.
probably a good thing.
So. Burning gift, sorry. Excuse me. So, oh, sorry, let me get back to the detect magic. So the detect magic, it is magical.
Aha! It is magical. You're gonna have to amend your whole phony story.
I will, but okay, here's the thing. I think sometimes the story plays better with a little of ambiguity. I'm just saying.
No. You gotta
It
get your
also
facts
could have
straight.
it could have been a different shield at the time as well. I'd be willing to participate in the farce. I mean, the reenactment of the battle tonight for a share in the shield.
Oh, and there have been some rerolls redeemed. So party has some rerolls and the DM has a reroll.
Thank you, everyone, for the rerolls.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind helping out as well.
Well, I think I think you'll find it enjoyable. It was very important to Ispen. It's important to me because it's one of the few ways we have to show that the Knights of Solemnia are good and wholesome and stand still as protectors of his village. And you'll see it's the villagers really get into it.
That's very nice for them. I do have to ask though, and I'm sorry to take away from the levity of the moment, but how is security around the festivities? I just have heard some rumors of unwholesome things in this area.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
So it's as good as it's going to be. Quite honestly, it's not that we don't. Probably currently the biggest boon is that we have Cudgel and his band here. They are trained mercenaries. They're experienced, and their camp is just up the road. They will be participating in the battle of High Hill tonight themselves.
Yes, I believe Cudgel was saying how they were going to be the dreaded king priests of Ishtar, or
They will.
however you phrase it.
They will be. They will be. Yes, they will be the bad guys tonight, and it takes place at dusk, so that's why I keep saying tonight. They will be the bad guys tonight, and giving the villagers, the villagers don't have to choose which side to take. They choose the right side this time.
That is, and it is a reassuring, somewhat. Are they all participating, or will there be some set out aside for security?
I think some will be up at the camp. I haven't talked to Cudgel specifics, but there's far more of them than there are needed for the event, so they'll be around. And they're also just, there's nothing stopping them from attending the Kingfisher festival themselves, just private in the sense of they'll still be around, even if they're not on duty.
So I'm clear. The party last night, they went up to her to talk to her about the happenings, or did they go up to the mayor?
Oh yeah, and so for those of you watching, I confused two characters. They would have gone up to the mayor.
Okay.
by now, she would have heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
That would definitely have been
The
shared.
lizard people has spread.
Right.
And so, have you heard?
I have, and I appreciate your efforts to bring their effects back. I've sent a messenger to Solemnia to figure out what to do next. I was unaware that they were on this mission to investigate the weird occurrences, but hopefully they will know what to do.
DM, can you remind us how far Brallin, Brawley, and Cass were from Vogler when they were attacked? Were they still a day, half a day, more?
It would be more than a day.
Okay.
So let's say 2-3 days away.
Okay.
So still close enough that everything you're saying is relevant. It's not like it's something totally insane, but not on the doorstep.
Okay.
She maybe not impatient, but you see her start to do little tasks around the room, and you get the distinct hint that she has something else she needs to do. And she does politely excuse herself, and she says, I apologize. I myself I need to get ready for the Kingfisher Festival. I have arranged for young Highwater here to accompany you, if you wish, around and to show you the best parts of the Kingfisher Festival. Would that be appropriate?
I think so. Hey, do you have any more of those pocket pies?
I think before you say sorry, and I didn't want to interrupt you. Before you get out, like Derek thinks the question's for him. And he's like, yeah, it would totally be appropriate. I'll do it. And then she gives him a stare, and he calms down. And he to your question though, he says, I don't. He's very crestfallen when he says it.
It's all right.
But we can go to the stand that they sell them at.
Yes, please.
She says, well, I'm sure, absolutely certain I will see you around. It's not a very big place. And if not, tonight at the battle. Who is taking the shield?
Well, it's your dad's shield. You should probably carry it, hey? Brallin?
I agree that Brallin probably is the ideal temporary custodian of the shield.
Yeah, I mean, Mom told me how to use one and all. I don't know. I guess I could hold on to it for now. It'd be nice to have for a bit, I'd say. We'll see.
I mean, it's no substitute for what you really wanted, which was a connection, but it's magical.
He's not gonna give you anything when you're saying that, because it's exactly what he's thinking. Yeah, he's like, okay. And he'll kind of pick up the shield and kind of look at it a bit, kind of put his hand over like the bevel, just hold on to it, kind of stare at it quietly for a bit as he's looking at it.
So Becklin starts, or not Becklin, sorry, Derek starts cleaning up the mess, the glasses and whatnot, and he's like, we go whenever you guys want.
Quinton, I think that's your name. We haven't officially been introduced, but I am curious. You were able to determine that the shield was magical. In what way? What qualities does it have? Are you able to?
Oh, well, no. That's like a totally different spell, and I don't.
A pity.
I mean, it might be stupid, man. Like it might be like not that good of a magical enchantment on the shield, but the point was, she said, and he's pointing at Miranda, she said in her story last night that it was not magical.
Quinton, you have to also understand. I am telling a story. You have to have a narrative here, and the narrative was about our friend's passing and his greatness, and his sword is what is, or his shield rather, sorry, is what is great. It lessens him a little bit.
Just a fancy way of saying you were lying.
I mean, what if it wasn't magical at the time he was using it?
Oh,
So it's also a fair point.
that is possible. I'm going to have to look into this because I really want to be right.
Miranda, might you know a spell that young Quinton doesn't that could tell us the nature of the enchantment?
Don't do that.
Yeah, Miranda.
Unfortunately, I have arraigned myself to more battle-ready spells currently than anything about this particular shield. However, I will keep in mind your interest in it, and see if.
Sorry, go ahead.
We can make a determination about exactly how it is magical. I mean, look, the thing is, to be clear to everyone here, especially you, Brallin, well, your father, his stories are rather exaggerated, typically. I mean, he was a great man and he did great things, but look, to be honest, when we had the great stampede of the beasts towards us, it was really only 3 or 4 of them. So, I mean, for us personally, it would have been, disastrous. For the entire town, probably not. And I imagine that there were many such exaggerations that happened in the retelling. So, while the shield might have great power, I'm not dismissing that. Just, don't have your hopes too high. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, Quinton.
All right.
Let's go get some pies. That'll make you feel better.
He'll just kind of stare at the shield as he's going to follow you guys.
DM, just as we are walking to the keep and as we continue to walk through town, Cass will be looking for the blue-skinned elf that they spotted at the funeral last night.
Just make me a generic perception check, please.
All right.
Okay. Thank you. Derek, let's go. I hear the music. And so he starts leading you through the streets back down towards the center of the city, in the village circle, which is here. Sorry, I just lost my page. So as you're walking down, you just see it's colorful banners and paper decorations shaped like kingfishers decorate the village circle. There's the stalls that people were setting up, selling food and colorful crafts. And in the center of the circle, and you had seen this before, was the ancient tree, which people are sitting at the base of the tree picnicking and laughing and sort of just hanging out with friends. There's a temporary stage set up one side of the tree. And a band of local musicians just are playing an incredibly spirited song that closes as Mayor Raven with Vogler takes the stage. And she steps up and says, "Welcome, friends." Her hands are raised above her head. "Welcome to the Kingfisher Festival." The crowd is buying it. You hear lots of cheers and applause, to which you see her instinctively sort of absorb that energy and smile more widely. She says, "Today is a day not only revelry, but also reflection. We are all here thanks to the courage of the heroes who came before us. So let us honor our founders, our family, and all those who can't be here to celebrate today. Enjoy your festival, Vogler, with good spirits, good times, and good friends. And look to the Kingfishers for good luck." Another round of cheer goes through the crowd. With that, the Kingfisher Festival is officially underway. Music starts again from the stage, and you see some people dancing. Kids run over, grab sweets, and yeah. Anything you guys are doing? Just exploring, just wandering around?
Well,
Visiting the food vendors mostly for Quinton.
Okay. Yeah, all the food's free. Like it's all like, and it's a big variety of things, but definitely like festival foods. It's not like fork and knife foods.
Well, Darrett, you're from here. You've probably participated in the festival many times. What's your favorite thing to do?
Well, I don't know if it's my favorite thing to do. I'm not very good at it, but something you should do. I mean, you shouldn't miss. I'm not telling you what to do. Just what would we? I think you guys would. There is a fishing tournament.
Oh.
Fishing tournament, you say? How does that work?
See, when I apologize if I'm saying stuff you already know, but what you do is you take a pole and there's a string attached to it, and you throw that in.
Yes.
And the fish, they're hungry, or maybe they see something they like and they grab the string and then you pull it up and
All you need to attract the fish is just the string, right?
have you really not fished before?
Well, when you grow up more, landlocked and there's not much water sources nearby, it's a little difficult to fish.
Have you ever seen a fish?
I point towards the banner that has the Kingfisher symbol on it.
The kingfisher's
Yes.
a bird.
Oh, I still
Sorry.
point to that. That's not what the fish is supposed to look like.
I can't believe I knelt before you and pledged my service to you.
Oh, go eat your pie, Quinton.
It's scaly. It's scaly. You've never seen a fish, really?
He is bright
Probably
red.
have.
He's bright red, trying not to embarrass you. He is trying to figure out a way to get you out of this.
Well, I don't have a lot of, fish that's brought to where I lived. It's a lot of more like ground foods, like carrots, potatoes, so maybe some meat.
No, everyone makes that mistake. It's I totally understand. Why don't we go down and I'll give you any advice I have. How's that? We can fish together.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Aye.
Let's do that.
Aye.
Is this why they call it the Kingfisher? Yeah, whoever wins, the king of the fishers.
There is a prize. I mean, it's some gold. You know who's really good at fishing? I'm not sure you should take my advice, but if you want someone who's really good at fishing, the mayor. She's really good.
Ah,
Before
really?
I said, I really hope I didn't just switch the mayor again with.
No,
She
I
has
remember the
she has
mayor had
fish in her heart.
a fish.
She does. Okay, phew. Okay. I, yeah, she's like the best.
Does she
Hmm.
participate?
Probably. I mean,
Oh, no.
it goes on all day. So probably at some point she will.
And that's why. So that's why. Why do they call it Kingfisher? Is really my question.
The Kingfishers are the symbols of the Knights of Solemnia. So we're thanking the Kingfisher, and we're really thanking the Knights.
Hey,
Well, I know that.
the Kingfisher. It's right there on your shirt.
Is that what that was?
Kato.
Everyone makes that mistake. It really is like.
What are they, the symbol?
I thought there was a rose.
I mean, that's also one, yeah. Why don't we go fishing?
Sounds like a wonderful idea.
If nothing else, it can be an educational experience for some of us. And Cass has taken out a piece of parchment and a quill and has been like jotting down notes, but if anyone looks closely, it's in a shorthand that they would not necessarily be able to understand.
Okay. So down at the wharf, he leads you down there, and you see like every sort of space on the wharf is practically full, and you learn that it's a 30-minute contest, and there are prizes, but really the biggest prize is bragging rights. As you pull up to the wharf, he asks, "Which are all of you going to fish, or some of you, or I'll go get you fishing poles?"
I plan to observe.
I'm here.
I figure as long as I'm here, I will maybe take some notes on the customs of this festival. Perhaps the Great Library will be interested in a field report.
Oh, okay.
Of course I'll do it. I fished before, lakes and rivers. I'm really good at it too.
Great. Do you have your own fishing pole, or?
I didn't bring it. No, I wasn't planning on.
I didn't.
I definitely need a fish. What kind of bait do they have? Tell me.
All sorts. I think they have some worms and some bugs and some, a feather thingy, and I'll be right back. Who else needs a fishing pole?
Lead one.
Sure, Kato. I'll teach you a thing or two.
It's just the two of you? All right.
Quinton, I think maybe you should show them how it's done if, you've got such
Quinton.
great knowledge of fishing here.
You're all pretty smart. You know a lot of things there, Quinton.
I mean, you know all about fish. You might know how to fish, right?
My father was a fisherman.
Yeah? Oh. Well, then come on, show us a thing or two. Unless you, can't do that either.
I mean, you cast the line in the water and you wait a bit. There's not a lot to it.
Oh
It should
yeah,
be easy
sure.
for you,
Then
then.
it should be. Then you'd be doing it just fine then.
Another one for me, I suppose.
Oh, great! The more the merrier. And so he runs off and comes back a short time later with some fishing poles. While he's gone, you see the mayor wander up with her own fishing pole resting on her shoulder, and she turns to you, to the group of you, and she's like, "Oh, come over here. There's a spot for you here."
Yeah. Where are you gonna be fishing?
Right here. It's time to figure out who among us Kingfisher fisher folk is the Fisher King.
Yeah.
And you see her plop her line into the Vingard River. You hear some people laugh at her pun, and other people as well throw their line in. The squire runs back and quickly hands you each, three of you, fishing pole. And so here we go. For everyone who is fishing, I need a D20.
I'll be leaning over to Kato and say,
First, you got to make sure you spit on the line, and it lubricates it up, and it won't break on you.
But isn't the water?
and he just spits on.
Quinton, 15. Okay, so 10, 15, 12. Okay. Boop, boop. Sorry. Sorry, I just lost roll 20. Okay, here it is. Just being slow. Okay, so Kato, you do feel the tiniest little nibble after about waiting like 5-6 minutes. Tiniest little nibble on the end of your line. Brallin and Quinton, you both see a small school of like river eel. And you manage to basically dangle the bait in front of them. And each of you have one on the end of your line. I need now all of you to make me a second. Make me a survival check.
Oh.
Us professionals already.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you managed to each reel in your catches. For Kato, you bring in a tiny little river eel. Maybe
Look at that.
I'm sorry, not a river eel. Sorry, a tiny carp. The other two had eels. It's about 1 foot long.
Look at it. It's so big.
You did it! Yeah!
Look at that.
Yeah, you might win.
The other two of you managed to bring in, after a little bit of a pull, mature river eels. So they're about maybe 1.5 feet long each.
And the way he's reeling it in, and he's like very deliberate with his motions. He's kind of pulling back. Oh, all right. He's kind of bumping the person next to him. Well, I need room. This is the way you do it. And he's sorry, but listen, I told you I'd teach you a thing, and do what I'm teaching you. And he's gonna go ahead and he's using his hand to reel it in, and going like that with it, like he's not really using the pole very well, but he's bringing it in.
Okay. Cass, while you are sort of taking stock of everything and having what you would ask about before, despite your best efforts, you just don't see the elf anywhere in the crowd. No place to be seen. And you're pretty sure that you've seen basically more or less everyone cycle through the town at this point, just because it's not a very big town and you're at the center of activity. All right. Round 2, if you have 20 more minutes in this round. So you could cast 2 more times if you like.
I'm gonna kind of glance over at Quinton at his catch, kind of look at him and then look him back in the eye.
And Quinton, like when he pulled in his catch, it's like kind of clear, like he knows what he's doing, and it's like he's reeling it in, but he looks like super bored while he's doing it. Like he hates that he's doing this right now. Like he wanted nothing more than to get away from like the little dreary life that him and his father had, and now here he is fishing. So he's just he'll look back at you. Yeah.
He's gonna he thinks it's a competition. Like he's like looking at you, and he just stares at you and just pulls and sends his back in, casts his line and puts it back in.
Okay.
Look at that, Quinton. You did great. It's like you've done this before.
The mayor pulls in a 3-foot long pitch during that first round. Okay, so Kato got a 4. Brallin 2.
It's just a D20. I'll try to roll it.
Yeah. Does it work or?
Look at this guy.
Okay.
He's the fisherman after all.
Yeah.
So, Brallin, you get no bite whatsoever. You wait 10 minutes, nothing happens.
Shaking.
Kato, you feel an even tinier bite than you did before.
I got something.
Quinton, you are violently jerked by whatever is at the end of your line. So Kato and Quinton, I need you to make survival checks again.
Oh no.
Okay. Kato, your line breaks. Whatever this thing on the end of your line breaks the line and gets away.
Man, that must have been some massive fish. It broke my line.
Spit on it.
Quinton, you see and you hear gasps from the crowd. An 8-foot shadow move under the surface, leading to your line. And you hear someone say, Benabog. Before your line breaks. And you guys are washed up again. The mayor, however, pulls in a 2-foot brightly colored fish.
Wait, do I see the big fish?
Yeah, you saw it too, or at least the shadow of it. You didn't quite make out its features.
Can I try to hit it with a spell when I see it?
Yeah, why not?
I'll try to cast Witch Bolt at it.
Okay. Okay.
You in there, Quinton?
Well, he's bored of the fishing thing, and maybe if he adds a little arcane like flash to this.
Miranda's just gonna like raise her eyebrows at this whole situation, like not at all the lesson that she was hoping Quinton would learn.
Roll damage for me.
Which bolt out of fish?
How do I do this? There we go.
So hits the fish. There's a thrashing in the water. Probably that's what you hear at first, but then you hear just absolute horror from the crowd that just happened. And everyone turns and looks at you. And it is dead quiet as everyone stares at you.
That's right. It's me, Quinton. Wizard extraordinaire.
Mr. Quinton,
Yes.
That was against the rules, I think.
Oh. Well, isn't it your job to explain the rules? You didn't mention anything about that.
I am terribly sorry that I didn't explain that you couldn't kill the fish with things other than a fishing pole.
Did I stop the spell then?
I don't really know magic, but that's Benabog.
Is it like a beloved mascot of the town that I'm killing right now?
I don't know. It's just
Quinn, stop the spell, Quinn. Stop the spell.
It's considered good luck. It just to catch it and then you release it.
Oh,
you kill it.
No, I release it. I caught it and then I released it. Is it still alive?
How long did you let it? How long did you hold?
How long did it take him to explain all that?
Probably longer than you wanted. But I will let the fish get away.
Sorry. First time Vogler. Didn't know.
Some burly, salty gentleman comes up to you and says, I'm and he takes your fishing pole out of your hands and he's like, I think it's best if you walk away from this competition.
Yep. Thanks everyone for your understanding. Sorry for ruining the day.
You do, as you're walking away though, and Cass, certainly as you're looking around, you probably noticed this. You probably could predict this was about, some form of this was about to happen. You see at the end of the dock, not fishing, you see Baracus from the night before. And he's like, that guy's an idiot. He is drunk and loud. And as you watch him more, you see he's just harassing lots of fishermen, but they're all just sort of ignoring him. But since Quinton has done this, he has a new focus. All right. Well, the last two of you, would you like one last round of fishing?
Sure.
I think I'm getting the hang of this fishing thing. I think I'm pretty good at it. Wah.
Mm.
Make both of you can make the survival checks.
I think I got
Nice.
something. What'd you get?
Feels heavy. Real heavy. This might be Barack. No, what's his name? Baboko. What was that guy's
He's
name?
putting such a fight. It's really difficult.
So, Kato, you pull up a very tiny little river eel, like a baby river eel, and Brallin, you pull up a little tiny carp.
Oh,
So,
Just throw back. I'm not gonna throw back.
the 30 minutes are up, and the judges come around, and it turns out that unfortunately neither of you placed. The mayor is the winner again. Her fish measured in a total of 8 feet total. Sorry, 7 feet total. And you see the judges come over, and they start handing out, even to the participant. Quinton, you don't get one, but to the participants, they hand out little tiny wood carvings of kingfishers, and then the mayor has her choice of a blue knit cap or a fly fishing fly. A fishing fly made from blue feathers. She takes the cap and puts it on, and so yeah. And there'll be a new round in about half an hour. Once they consulted Druid about the injured fish. So. Yeah, and sort of the things start to dissolve as this sort of little event has concluded. Baracus is just sitting at the end of the dock with his legs hanging over, and he's currently like throwing rocks at fish. And being drunk.
His name is Derek, right?
Garrett.
Or Darrett? Darrett?
Darrett is your friend.
Derek. What? Oh, yesterday this guy was a bit of an ass, and today, it can't be worse than Quint, but still, he's throwing rocks at fish. Why are they allowing this? We'll push them in the water at least.
Yeah, so he I'm not supposed to say anything bad about anyone.
Can you just like reverse not say anything good about him?
Well,
Maybe there's like a workaround.
What if you say the opposite of what you mean? So it sounds like you're complimenting him, but instead we know what you are saying.
I feel like a knight wouldn't do that.
What if you wrote it down?
Well, I feel like a knight wouldn't do that either.
Don't pressure the poor boy. It is perfectly fine. Your silence speaks volumes about his character. I think we all understand.
There's that, you said there was that salty guy, the old guy that came by. Is he around somewhere?
Yeah, you can find him.
I'm gonna go ask him.
What was the why? Why? I mean, I get it, but why are we letting this guy do what he wants over here with these fish?
Sorry. Look, have to change to a new voice.
No.
See, his dad, Lord Baccharis, he's well, quite honestly, he's just an asshole. He's a noble from Solemnia. Came here after raiders burnt his family home or something, and brought this I don't know, this reject of a human with him, who's his son. And they just think they own this place because they got lots of money, and they just think of us as backwards.
Well, I think someone should do something about it.
Oh, I think, yeah.
I'm gonna start walking over.
Okay.
Pause. Continue walking over. I always, whenever I'm gonna do something stupid, I always pause for a second just in case. Okay, I'm gonna walk. He's gonna walk over. And he's gonna kind of stand leering behind him as he's kind of has his foot off. Like he's swinging his feet right off the thing, throwing rocks at the.
Correct. At the fish.
He's gonna look back, see if anyone's really looking at him.
Quinton's just nodding his head.
Kato is mesmerized by his little wooden figurine.
Garrett is going.
And he's gonna go, whoops, and he's gonna like step back and like give a donkey kick and like shove him into the water as he walks, just walks away and strolls away.
Make me an athletics check. Someone is having. Can you guys hear that?
Yeah, someone's having dreams.
She's chasing the deers. the deer dreams. Sorry, I'm not even looking.
12.
12. Okay. Just do with disadvantage because he was not paying attention. Yeah. So you just kick him into the water. And you there's a moment of silence as he's thrashing around, and then while he's making a lot of noise, you hear a lot of laughter behind you from the crowd. And then when his head finally gets up to the surface, all that laughter drops. And good.
I'll move out and I'll be, oh, you gotta be more careful, you just fell right in. He's gonna try to reach down and try to pick him back up, try to get him out of the.
Okay. He knows you didn't. He didn't fall in. He's he's gonna he's gonna try to pull you in. So you have the choice of an athletics or an acrobatics check.
We will do acrobatics.
Okay.
And I think I might. Could I reroll?
Yeah.
Sorry, we don't actually have those rerolls. I lied. Only
Never
Corey.
mind.
Corey's got one, but we don't.
You have one.
Yeah. So you hear he's just glowering at you, right? As he grabs your hand, and then he pushes off the dock piling, and he just yanks you in, and you fly tumbling into the water, you see him like slowly try to pull himself up on the dock, and he sort of, doesn't do it very super eloquently. But eventually he gets up onto the dock while you're still in the water, and he says, "My father will be hearing about this." And he storms off, and the trail of water behind him as he's dripping. And people are clearly, for those of you still on land, clearly snickering once they are out of his view.
This is good. This is good. Everyone will forget about my faux pas earlier, and this is the moment they'll remember from today.
Well, I'll eventually try to get out.
Why are you wet?
Well, it felt good. It was worth it. Still was worth it.
As he's like bringing out his.
Yeah. By the time Darrett has brought you a towel. You're not sure where he disappeared to get a towel, but he's brought you one. I don't think you should have done that.
Well, I was slippery there.
I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying. Yeah.
It got a reaction.
It's slippery there, right? It's slippery there. I fell in too. I was very slippery in this spot.
He's gonna go and even use the towel and try to pretend like he's cleaning up that little algae spot that's there.
There we go. Now it's all better. I fell in too, right?
I would say the rest of the day, just sort of, it's easy to drink, it's easy to eat. Lots of people are coming up to you, clapping you on the back for pushing him in. Some people are being like, "I want to be on your team for the battle." But it is a great time. Like you guys are really enjoying yourselves. Very hospitable. Darrett is trying to do his best to keep track of all of you. I'm sure if any of you are heavy drinkers, or like basically Darrett's trying to keep his eye on the 5 of you, and he's hoping that you act like knights, and when you don't, he's trying to course correct you. But there's 5 of you, so he's doing a terrible job of running around trying to be like, yeah. So, yeah. And so the day, the sort of the sun gets low in the sky, and more and more people are asking you about if you're going to participate in the battle at High Hill. And so I think what we could take a break here, and we can, unless there's something specific someone wants to do in the crowd, we can move on to the Battle of High Hill. So, okay. We'll be back in 5 minutes, everyone. And thank you for sticking with us. If you haven't joined our Discord channel yet, we encourage you to do so. And to stay on top of all the stuff that 20 Sides to Every Story it has their fingers in. So we will see you in a few minutes. Hi, everyone. Thanks for sticking around. And as we go into sort of tonight's conclusion, probably a little bit longer, we'll keep playing to see what's going on. So where we left the characters, they were at the Kingfisher Festival. The Kingfisher is a bird; it's not a fish. And the Kingfisher is the festival. They participated in some rounds of fishing. They've been out and about, looking through the crowds, meeting people. And definitely as the day gets longer, the characters, or not the characters, but the entire city starts to focus more and more on the battle, this mock battle that's about to happen. And so you guys are pretty much experts 2 hours into this festival about what's going to happen tonight. You know that the mock battle is going to reenact the Knights of Solemnia, their victory over the enemy forces of the eastern nation of Istar. The battle on the side of the Knights was led by Lord Vogler, and he is the village's founder. This year's a little bit different because normally the town would be divided. Half the town would be Knights and half the town would be Istar. But this year, the mayor managed to arrange for a friend of the town, Cudgel Iron Smile, to participate. And he is the mercenary leader, and his regiment is going to be the Istarian forces this time. Happy coincidence because Cudgel happened to be in the area during the event for unrelated reasons. Because Cudgel was in the area, the mayor has also used Cudgel and the mercenary forces to train the militia, which is something you've heard about a little bit. But you definitely hear a rumor, and since you guys have brought it up enough about being safe and weird things happening, I'm sure you guys are spreading rumors as well. There's definitely a rumor that maybe the mayor actually brought Cudgel here because of the rumors that there are weird things going on. So that it's not quite the coincidence that the mayor is claiming it is. And so there's even a far-fetched rumor that maybe putting the mercenary band on one side is sort of like a training exercise for the militia on the other. That maybe the mayor had this dastardly idea to make this, like, to train the militia to train the town militia by having them, quote unquote, fight against the mercenary band. And so as maybe about an hour before dusk, you see people start going out that north gate of the city, and heading in that direction. And so let me get boop boop boop. I think I have. There. So up here, you can't see that. Sorry. They start moving out through the city gates, and you guys who are participating, you follow. So passing through woods and fields, the parade. There's an impromptu parade of the town's militia members and also spectators walking alongside. They finally get up to High Hill. The grassy slope is spotted with trees and crumbled stone fencing. Near the base of the hill, several dozen soldiers in matching armor stand in an even formation. The contrast is striking between these mercenaries of the Ironclad Regiment and Vogler's militia, who are with their mismatched armor and crooked helmets. But it does absolutely nothing to dampen anyone's spirits. Everyone is here for the Kingfisher Festival's climactic reenactment. The parade winds up a trail to the top of the hill, where you see Mayor Raven and Cudgel discussing preparations for the event. You see Cudgel, after they conclude their conversation, start to walk down the hill. The mayor comes over and says, will you all be participating on the side of the town, I hope?
I certainly will be, yes.
Great.
What about the rest of you? Are you gonna participate? I mean, he looks towards Brallin because I don't think he's ever told him his name yet. You're gonna be participating, right? I mean, you're supposed to have the glorious moment, no?
I don't know. I think that was Cash that was going to do that, right, Cash?
Well, participating on behalf of the town, pretending, play acting to be knights was a condition of the contract for claiming our inheritance of Ispen. So yes, we will be fighting, and should we fall, it is meant to be a glorious and dramatic fall, I suppose.
Right.
Miranda and Quinton.
Well, I mean, do we all need to be fighting for this? I'm just a little concerned.
Well, and the mayor says, well, no, I would encourage you to, just because quite honestly, it's quite a bit of fun to pretend to be in a epic battle. But maybe if you didn't want to, maybe we could use you as a judge.
Yeah. It does sound intriguing. Yes. No. What do you think, Quinton? Would you rather play or judge all the players here?
Quinton,
Judge.
I think,
Yes, I thought
I
you would.
think you'd be Quinton, I thought you'd be a great participant in the battle. I mean, you have such high hopes for the Knights of Slamnia that you can show your stuff. Prove your valor. Nonsense. Come on. Well, I haven't given you that.
Do you want to hold the shield there, Quint? And he's gonna hold out the shield. Do you want to take with that? No. Oh. He's gonna just do a twirl and stand behind the group.
Why are you Quinton? Should I start making things jokes about your father? Because I can tell you some things about your father, Quinton, if we want to go there. So you just be nice. Yes.
Okay.
Judge.
She says, I appreciate it. The key, just make sure that no one's using real weapons, and there's some healers over there, and she points up the hill. If anyone gets hurt, just flag them down and they'll come help. And she sets, he's sort of off to the side a little bit. Why could I never think of his name? Not Daryl. What's the kid's
Garrett.
Garrett.
Like Garrett with a D.
So Darrett leads the rest of you sort of. You're not quite standing in the right place. I know this. You're very new at this, so just come with me and I'll show you where to go. And he leads you off to be in line with the rest of the Vogler militia. In the line. Hold on. Where does it talk about? In the line, everyone is handed wooden weapons, wooden like swords and clubs, some of which have been, wrapped with cloth to make it somewhat less deadly or painful. And, so there are constant reminders of the fact that this is a non-lethal event. You're encouraged to use your own armor, but everything, any all the wooden weapons, even any sharp or pointed part of it is covered in padding. After much laughter and jostling, the mayor, Cudgel, and other spectators, they walk up to a nearby vantage to watch. As they do, the militia and you take up your position atop High Hill, the same hill where the Solemnic forces held centuries ago. Downwards, they face the mercenaries of the Ironclad Regiment at the base, arrayed before them as the forces of Istar once were. Although the event is only a reenactment, a tingle of excitement really fills the field. Somewhere on the line, a reenactor hoots and yells, "Let's send those Istarian rats running!" Just a second later, the trumpet blasts, signaling the start of the battle. From down below, you all hear, "For Istar!" As the mercenaries' leader, a tall half-ogre, amongst several mounted soldiers. The mock Istarian troops assault the hill. Around you, you see the Vogler militia charging to meet them. I would like everyone to make a wisdom check, a perception check, sorry. Wow, what's going on?
Go Quinton.
So 14, 4, 4,
This is so hard.
Quinton, as you sit sort of considering your role as a judge and how you're going to enforce, you are looking downhill, sort of you're looking downhill at the troops coming up. And you can't help but notice that the mercenaries, at least most of the ones you can see, sunlight is gleaming off the metal unpadded tips of their weapons. And you look on, that probably is not the thought that makes you worried. It's that the half-ogre leader of the mercenaries below has, sorry, I'm going to just completely forgot what weapon it was. The steel axe is shining in the sunlight as it is low in the sky. You realize that it is way too late to stop this attack. People are probably about to be, at the very best, seriously hurt. And at the very worst, dead. So the unexpected, very unexpected sound of metal clashing on armor rings across the field. And any point of laughter, any point of melodramatic boast or anything, gone. Blood starts splattering. People start screaming in shock. Very quickly, any pretense of a reenactment shatters. High Hill is once again the site of a true battle. Within moments, all around you, armed mercenaries are attacking unprepared villagers, fighting for their lives. So I am going to move you all. Give me a sec to move you to a map. I heard someone say, ask a question real quick.
Oh, I was just going to ask how far Quinton and I are as judges from the scene of action here.
I will give you that in a second. So let me see. And this is the first time we get to use our tokens. Player stuff. Okay. So, let me just. So you guys were running down the hill. Sorry. Did I put you on the right? You guys can see your tokens, right? Yeah.
I do not. I see a black map.
Yeah, I just see black as well.
Well, that would help then. Sorry. Hold on 1 second. Give you some vision. Can you now see Miranda?
No, I cannot. I'm still black.
Oh, let me do this. Hold
on. I've got.
No, I could just turn on the light for this one. I guess it's daytime anyway. Dynamic lag. Miranda, can you see now?
Just on the black screen.
Yeah, my entire screen is also black.
Oh, weird. Okay, hold on.
Do our tokens have vision?
They do. Miranda does. That's why I did her to test, but let me just turn this off. Just going to turn dynamic lighting off. Let's see if that works. Okay.
There
you can all see. Okay.
Yes, you know.
Okay. Sorry about that. Still getting used to these preset stuff. All right. So you guys, I'm going to put you up near the you two. I'm going to put over here. The three of you were running down to the south on this. This. When you see. You see. Sorry. Oops, get this out of this layer. Three of these mercenaries mounted on war horses, charging towards you. So I'm going to. I need all of you to roll initiative. And
I cannot select my token.
Likewise.
oh, why'd that happen? Okay, give me 1 second. Um, Cass, you should be fixed.
I don't think I can.
It's not working?
No.
Kato, can you do yours?
Oh, but I can do Cass.
You can do Cass. Oh, I switched on that. Sorry.
We're switching characters, doll.
Sorry. This is. I thought I said these.
Now I can.
Okay. Perfect.
Now I can.
Thanks.
And I can't move mine either.
Yeah, sorry. I assumed when I dragged them off, they would be set to the person. Because this is Quinton.
Do you want us to re-roll initiative, or are you going to bring us in?
If you click initiative on your character token, it will then put you in the tracker, and then you can change the number from there.
Okay. Who needs, and tell me if you need, and Miranda and Quinton, you should still initiative as well.
Oh, did it come through?
Sorry. Can you? I see 3.
I'll roll from here and see if. Hold on. Did that go through?
That did go through. So I'm missing 1. I have Kato, Brallin, Quinton, Miranda. So I'm missing.
Yeah, I rolled, but it was before I had control of my token, and I'm not figuring out how to.
Just click your token and re-roll again.
Oh, just re-roll. Okay, that I can.
And then just change your number to the first number you had.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Or we could use that one.
Okay.
And my second was much better as well.
Sorry about that. Okay. The one of these horses is running straight towards you. And
once he gets within 10 feet, my polearm master comes to effect. I'm going to give him a whack.
With what? What is that a reaction?
Yes, polearm master.
You don't have your reaction until your first turn starts.
Okay.
Right. So your reaction starts with your first turn, not before it.
All right.
And so, see, I could have swore I set all this, even with nameplates and everything. Let me turn those on real quick. Sorry. Okay. Cass, gonna go for you. just with shield in hand and the spear, comes down and tries to whack you with the spear. Does 17 hit?
A 17 hits.
Okay, that's 7 piercing.
Okay.
But it is your turn now, Cass.
All right. I am going to bonus action disengage.
Okay.
Hide or run back under the cover of these trees, and then as my action, I will hide.
If you would like, this wall here
Mm.
is cover, and it's also it's concealment plus half cover.
Okay.
If you'd like to move over there instead.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, we'll go there.
So you can feel free to, if you want to go here. That's
Okay.
that's the side of the wall. All right. Make me a quick hide check.
Stealth.
Yes, exactly. Perfect. Okay. Miranda, you see this all happening in front of you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself real quick.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do that. And I have never dark. I've never done it with D&D Beyond, so let's see if that worked. Apparently it did. Yeah, and then I am going to. What's my movement speed? I'm sorry, guys. Trying to see how far I can try to get out of the way here. 30. All right.
So I will explain one thing. See the what appears to be the decorative border?
Yes.
That is actually people fighting, like the bigger fight, like you're in sort of a pocket of it.
So we're kind of in the middle.
Yeah, you don't want to move through that. You will suffer some.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try to move instead to like where that partial coverage is over there.
Okay.
And as I pass by Quinton, be like, Quinton, get out of the way. All right.
Okay.
Put it at a weird angle. Might need to be next to. Okay. And then.
All right. Okay, Mage Armor in that. Okay, where's my sorry. So let me just turn over. Another one of these guys turn. Sorry. Oh, what's going on? War horses speed is 60, so he's gonna be able to get up. Object select, what? Sorry guys, I'm something weird. Come on. Kato, this one is for you. Same spear. 7, I'm assuming misses. Brallin, this is your turn. Brallin, sorry.
What the hell's going on?
He's gonna just like he's shocked. So I assume we actually had our weapons with us, like we were holding under our weapons, or
Yeah, exactly. They gave you, but yeah, they wouldn't have had any reason to confiscate your weapons.
Okay.
They just give you the wooden ones.
Well, Kato is here, and he's not gonna leave him. He has a shield out right now, so I guess he's gonna go and reach for his short sword. He's not much of a sword and shield type of guy, but he is going to bonus action And it's more of so he's thinking and he's so upset and enraged that I don't know if something like within him or maybe him holding his dad's shield or something, but something happens where he's able to just for an instant, like he's moving quicker, like things are, the battle is unfolding and he could see it from like above, and he is just like reacting as quickly as he can. And he'll be casting a Zephyr Strike.
Okay.
All right, so
Throw that up.
there you go. That's what it does. So he will. Maybe would you like me to put the actual information out for you?
If you don't mind.
If I knew how to. Oh, there it goes. Okay, great. There you go. So I am then going to move here. Not taking a attack of opportunity.
Right.
But I will use my action with my short sword to attack the man on top of the horse.
All right. That hits.
22 to hit.
Are you using the extra or no?
As long as I believe I'm still able to move without opportunity attack. So yes, I will definitely be using that extra 2. So 11 total.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna be looking. Do we? I mean, I know it's a split second, but do we recognize? Like, we saw some of these mercenaries, like right, like the day before.
I would so, and granted, it is not just the 3 that you're fighting; it's all around you.
Uh-huh.
And I would say it's a mixture. Some you have seen before, some you have not.
So this is okay. So there are people that faces he's seen and they're fighting. Okay.
Right. I will say that.
Oh, sorry.
Good.
I was going to ask, where would we have last seen Cudgel? You said Cudgel was coming down.
Cudgel is up, and I'll get to Cudgel in a minute,
Okay,
but
sorry.
a quick look over, he is panicked, like also surprised, just to be clear, as to what's going on. However, you managed to kill that one.
Great.
Quinton, where's Cudgel? Quinton, is your turn.
Quinton pulls out his spell book and is furiously turning to a page that hasn't really studied this spell, has never had a reason to. But he'll step up and he recites the incantation, slams his staff down, and he's going to cast Thunder Wave. Basically to get the horse to the top, the horse on the bottom, and then the rider is trying to knock the rider down.
Okay.
Ultimately.
Wait, where did you go? Where's your token?
I'm right here.
Oh, you're under. Sorry, you're under something. Just a random token that I have on the GM screen. Okay, so 3 things are making dexterity saves, right?
Constitution saves.
Sorry, Constitution saves. So let's do the one on the. So the one on the horse, the man on the horse, 7. So 11. You kill him. Then the 2 horses. Constitution. The top one fails, the bottom one passes. The top one fails. It was 11. The bottom one passes, so 5. All right. Quinton, anything else?
And then Quinton will move and get to there.
Okay. So Garrett is going to try to he's going to try to get control of animal handling is wisdom, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Fails. Kato.
I'm going to do something very similar to him, and I'm going to try to calm the horse and attempt to mount it.
Okay.
That's
Animal handling. Yep.
10.
Does not work, unfortunately. But I would say you comment. You comment though. You just like it's just not going to let you on it.
With my movement, I'm going to just shuffle to the other side, interpose myself between the riders and everyone else.
Yep. So this one comes up to you and is going to attack you, Kato.
Now pole arm strike comes in.
Yep, absolutely.
Big old
horse or rider?
The rider.
Yeah.
15.
I think that hits a little. No, it misses. He has a shield.
Okay.
And he's going to. Oh, wow, they really did a bunch of stuff here. He's going to do a spear. It's very weird. They made buttons for all their attacks. Does a 15 hit you, Kato?
15 will miss.
Okay, misses. Cass, you were up.
All right. So you said the border of this entire map is just a crowd and chaos all around.
It's basically villagers being slaughtered by these mercenaries. Oh wait, sorry. Oh, I skipped one thing. Hold on. Before your turn.
Okay.
I was supposed to do one thing. Okay. From out of the fray around you, you see this guard up here is moving towards you menacingly. Cass is there.
Okay. So let's see. How far can my hand crossbow go? 30 or up to 120. All right. So it's just in range. So probably realistically would need to come out a little bit from around the tree, fire my hand crossbow.
Who are you firing?
The thing that just came out menacingly.
Okay, yep. The guard.
Yeah.
Foresight misses.
All right. Then I'm going to march right back to where I was. Bonus action hide.
Okay. For that, Miranda. The horse with the dot. Actually, I'm just going to say both horses are not, unless you attack them, they're not going to.
Okay. So there's only the one horse with a rider on it still, and that's the one.
Correct. Yeah.
Over Kato. Okay. All right. Well, seeing this action and the crossbow fly by me and everything will draw my attention over to the guy that's coming menacingly at us. So I am going to turn around and cast a chaos bolt his way.
Hits. What's the 2, do you know?
I don't know. The 2, I'm sorry, I've got it here. The 2 is that doesn't actually have them labeled, but I think the second one, it looks like it's cold damage.
Okay. So the 14 is done now, though, right?
Yeah, the 14's done now, and then the cold damage. Yeah.
You wipe them out over there. Brallin. Anything else, Miranda?
No, I'm just gonna stay where I am and hope for the best.
Brallin.
Brallin will look. Anyone nearby would notice he is visibly scared of the horse that's standing in front of him. He will sidestep, move out. Bush, is that difficult terrain underneath? Or is it a tree?
No, it's just a tree.
Okay, so he will get a clear sight of the person up here, and he's going to go ahead. He is going to have the shield in his hand. He's going to just shake and kind of put it down and bring out his bow, and he'll use his longbow using he will use, God, I can't think of the feat. What is the feat? Sharpshooter. He's gonna sharpshoot this feller right there.
Hits.
Okay. So this plus 10, 14 total.
Okay. Sharpshooter is -5, right?
Yeah, -5 to hit, to hit.
So plus 10, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, give me 1 second. So you see the last of the riders falls, and you see emerging from the fray a hulking presence.
Oh.
It's gonna be that half ogre, isn't it?
There is. Let's reposition them a little bit, and then we're okay.
Oh.
Let's see. Hulky figure swinging a formidable battle axe leads a bands of mercenaries through the chaos. He cuts through the few remaining members of Vogler's militia as he draws close. I need to roll initiative for all of them.
There goes the Thursday Night Tavern Club.
Oh man.
Tell me someone is ringing the bell. Tell me we hear the peals of the town bell.
We're a little too far away from the town now, aren't we?
Okay, I think I got them all. Those brilliance. Brallin, did you finish your turn?
Yes, I did.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's able to soothe this horse and get up on the horse. That's his. Next is Ganges. Gorgongus is going to because Kato, he's going to toss a javelin at you. Does a 21 hit?
It does.
Just
He's just in range to try it.
Slashes into you for 12 piercing.
Oh, okay.
Because you just get pummeled by this Quinton.
Quinton noticed that little bit of nervousness from Brallin,
Mm-hmm.
and he steps forward and just kind of like looks to his left and sees you, and he isn't really that good at being a cheerleader, but he tries, and he says, "That was an excellent shot. Hope you got a few more for the big guy there." And he's going to cast Acid Splash in that direction towards the half ogre, try to hit him, and let's say this guy.
Okay, the one on the left.
Yeah. Dexterity save for the half ogre is a 1. For the mercenary is a 20. So 5 for the ogre. Yep.
Okay. Darrett is going to he's going to try to get on this horse again.
Hey, Tux, thank you for the player reroll.
Thank you. No luck, kiddo.
Am I able to mount this horse?
With a 13 animal handling.
Will this take my action?
Yes.
Then no. I'm striking out at
But you don't have an opportunity attacks of them. So like you can move around them around the horses freely.
Mm-hmm. But I will bonus action. I'm going to plead to somebody out somewhere in Slemnik, saying, "Well, if I am your champion, a little assistance would be great." And then my weapon begins to glow a bright silver light as I cast Divine Favor.
Okay.
Boop, boop.
As you do that, you feel like it's almost like your whole spirit is infused with something, and almost like you're no longer on the ground of the battlefield. Suddenly, it's like you're looking at the entire battlefield from high up, and you can see every action going on and all this, and all the detail of the almost like you're looking at a map unfold as the battle takes place. And you are like, you're filled with this, like your heart just soars as you see the thrill of battle, like you're consumed by it. And your heart beats just gets faster and faster before suddenly you sort of come to and you're in the exact place that you were.
And with that, a swing of the Hellber comes out. 23 to hit.
That hits.
For 12 total.
Okay, that kills him. Anything else?
Movement. I'm going to. I might need. Nope. I will stay right there. I may need a second.
Good. You see him duck down behind this wall. This guy. Sorry. He is gonna run up. As is he. Miranda.
Muted.
Very concerned by the fact that the little minions continue spawning, but I'm gonna make the decision to try to throw all I can at the big guy while we're here. So I'm going to throw a chaos bolt at the ogre guy there.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to get the mouse over.
Hits.
Nice.
All right.
What damage am I taking off this round? 7 or 13? Sorry.
So the component chaos energy, I think 13. And then the 6 is the poison. 2d8 plus the poison of the d6. Yeah.
Okay, minus 13. Cass.
Okay. Cass is going to peek up over the wall, try to shoot past the horse if possible, or would you consider the horse?
That's fine. Yeah, I'll let that happen.
All right. I will make a crossbow attack.
That hits.
All right.
Both together, right? See when I've seen you.
Yep. So yeah,
he
12.
is dead.
And then bonus action hide.
Okay. Brallin.
Brallin will look over to Quinton and just give him a quick nod. Before kind of saying,
Maybe, get back! What are you doing up there? Leave that damn horse alone!
Speaking to Darrett, before pulling out another arrow, notching in another arrow, and trying to shoot at the large fella with, I'm going to use sharpshooter as well. Okay,
That hits.
All right, great. So this plus 10. So 14 total, and I am going to drop my Zephyr Strike. I'm going to use Favored Foe.
Okay.
So I'm gonna count him as my favorite foe, and I will increase that number by 2. So 16 total.
Okay. He's dead. As the arrow goes straight through his head, and he just sort of starts to gurgle blood, and then eventually keels over. Quinton.
What weapons were these riders wielding?
Great question. It was spears.
I think he's just gonna lob another acid splash at this guy.
Okay. $11, which I think misses.
There it is.
Yep. 4. All right.
Did any of them have shields?
They all had shields. Yeah.
I think Quinton will pick one up.
Okay.
And he'll
I did drop the shield next to me too. I don't know if you want to take that one.
Yeah, he'll pick up the shield and kind of give a little bit of cover to Kato while he catches his breath.
Okay. It's Kato. It's your turn.
I mean, he received quite the nasty hit. He is going to take a second to catch his breath.
Okay.
But he is, and then slowly it just starts to heal. And then I will use Lay on Hands for 8 points.
Okay.
to recover myself a little bit.
Got it.
And he's gonna give Quinton a good old pat in the back. And like his wound is almost like entirely gone. They just made it like he'll stand next to you. I'm good now.
Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6. Did you roll a high check? No.
I did not. I will do so.
Will you do one now? Okay. Yep. Can't find you.
Good roll.
He's going to walk past you if you want to make an opportunity attack. He does not see you.
Yeah, I think I will.
Okay.
My short sword.
Hitch. Man, you kill him.
Nice. That's good.
They all have 11 hit points. Oh wait, sorry, I was reading the wrong one. He's still alive. I'm just gonna copy him. He's barely, but he's still alive. And he stops. He doesn't continue his movement. That's 11th. Okay. He's going to run up at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Halberd
Okay.
comes out again, strikes. 17
That hits.
to hit for a total of 9 points.
You kill him. He just basically runs into your halberd.
Nice.
You eviscerate him. Miranda, there's only one left.
All right. So I'm going to just take a step up here to avoid hurting any of my buddies and throw a firebolt at him.
Okay.
Oh,
That misses, unfortunately.
no. Hopefully, I didn't just start a forest fire.
Cass, it's your turn.
Yeah, the smart thing to do would be bonus action, hide, and then strike out. But I think that is kind of silly in the situation since I just stabbed him and he's probably very aware, even if I were to try to hide. So I am going to just short sword. Which will
Misses, unfortunately.
And I will follow up with a dagger, which is a +4 to hit, but I don't want it to necessarily roll in the proficiency, which it was doing last time when I tried to roll from
Okay, we'll figure it out.
D&D Beyond. What was that?
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Okay, so I will.
That
Dagger. So it looks like that should only be 3 piercing.
Okay. And you managed to take him out.
All right, cool.
Give me 1 second. With the death of the half ogre, you start to see mercenaries start to scatter and run away. The mercenaries' retreat is further motivated by the fact that Cudgel actually it comes within view on the battlefield. Cudgel's accompanied by Mayor Raven and several burly spectators. And so you see the mercenaries see that Cudgel is there, basically hightail it. And as you look around you, you realize that most of Vogler's militia is just gone. They are dead all around you. your immediate reaction is that to Cudgel, this is a shock. She looks horrified. She has no clue what just happened, no clue how this happened. And so she is she's looking for accountability about what the heck just went on. And there's just the quiet sobbing of spectators in the audience who watch this whole thing unfold. Some of the fray actually caught up to them, and so there's sections of the audience who also got killed. But really, it's whatever just happened. It's a terrible situation, and Mayor Raven would like answers. So I think that's where we're going to finish for tonight, unless people have something very specifically want to do. I'm going a little cross-eyed. I'm so tired, so I can't read the module.
I would recover one of my 2 crossbow bolts.
Okay. No problem. We are 20-sided Civic Story. Please join us on our Discord channel if you haven't already. All of these episodes are available on YouTube, so you can check out what has gone on in the past. And we will not be back next week. We'll be back in 2 weeks. We're just going to take a little bit of holiday break. So until then, thank you guys for all joining us. And we look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.
Let me just see, who could we throw a raid to? We'll throw a raid to... I don't have much. We'll go over to Dork Tales tonight. Thanks, everybody.